the static from the TV in a cardboard box. I left the rattling ghosts in the double-bolted locks. Just a map of shadows and a dog with golden eyes, chasing the ghosts of the day where the interstate lies.
The silence in the cabin is a heavy velvet weight. We're navigating tremors at the 4 a.m. gate.
He doesn't ask for reasons, just the wind against his fur, while I'm untangling the person that I used to be or were. The white lines are stitches on a wound that's opening wide. We're trading the ego for the rhythm of the ride. Hold on tight. Oh, Route 66, be my phosphor and my grace. Wash the internal weather from my tired, hollow face. Through the neon in the dust where the desert meets the bone, I'm finally finding peace in the great unknown. Just me and the hound on this hallowed holy ground. The psychological cartography is shifting in the dark.
Every dying neon flicker is a dying, desperate spark.
You're not running from the ghost, you're just running out of breath.
In the cathedrals of the canyon,
defying a quiet death. He puts a paw upon my shoulder when the panic starts to climb. We're measuring the mercy by the mile, not the time.
the white lines are stitches on a wound that's opening wide.
We're trading just me and the hound on this hallowed holy ground. Is it freedom if you're tethered to the ache? Oh, it's the only way to bend before we finally break. There's nothing to fear.
Oh, Route 66, be my phosphor and my grace.
Wash the internal weather
from my tired, hollow face.
Through the neon and the dust where the desert meets the bone, I'm finally finding peace in the great unknown.
Just me and the hound
on this hallowed holy ground. The fenders of trucks that won't start, reading the graffiti we carved in the dark. This town is a graveyard of things we once swore, but we ain't checking the mailbox for them anymore.
The porches are empty, the curtains are drawn. We're tired of waiting for a permanent dawn.
The humidity's heavy, the crickets are loud. We're trading our secrets for a different crowd. These rusted gates are swinging wide tonight. We're burning the maps under the yellow light. Let the shadows choke on the names we used to call. There's a world that starts beyond the county wall. Yeah, we're burning it down. Leave the ashes to crawl. The diner is closed and the neon is cracked. We're packing the memories in a burlap sack. Gary, I love you that turned into stay is a debt that we're finally refusing to pay.
We're taking the highway, we're taking the heat, leaving our ghosts on this one-way street.
These rusted gates are swinging wide tonight. We're burning the maps under the yellow light. Let the shadows choke on the names we used to call. There's a world that starts beyond the county wall. Yeah, we're burning it down. Leave the ashes to crawl.
It's all we ever owned.
It's all we ever owned. City lights are fading in the mirror of the rusted truck. They finally found the courage that it took to change their luck. Old memories are rattling like gravel in the metal bed, leaving every broken promise that the city ever said.
She watches how the asphalt turns into a river of red clay, counting every mile of freedom that they found along the way. The screen door at the cabin hasn't felt a human hand in years, but she's smiling through the dust that's washing out the salty tears.
The engine's humming low, a heavy heart is finding its new beat. They can feel the ground is calling underneath their tired feet. Oh, they're breaking through the silence with a stomp and with a prayer.
Smelling cedar and the rain inside the heavy southern air.
No more living in the shadows. clears the brush away from where the old stone chimney used to stand, feeling all the ancient power of the dirt between his hands.
No more clocking in for ghosts or chasing paper down the street. Just the rhythm of the seasons and the bitter and the sweet.
The ghosts are in the pines,
but the future's on the line.
but the future's on the line. Oh, they're breaking through the silence with a stomp and with a prayer.
Smelling cedar and the rain inside the heavy southern air.
No more living in the shadows of the concrete and the stone.
They are claiming back the land and making every inch their own.
Back to the red dust,
Back to the old home.
the whistling returns.
The gate is closed.
The strings of the hills still sing my name.
Even when I'm gone, they call me back again.
Old Joe had a fiddle, a crooked smile,
He'd play all night.
mile after mile.
Mama would hum and the table would sway,
While the wind pushed the dust from the doorstep away. I learned to bend notes till my fingers bled,
learn to cry quiet.
and breathe when I'm led.
And every time I left that road behind,
The music followed like a shadow in my mind. Fiddle on the ridge, telling us to stay, calling every lost soul back to the clay. If the road pulls hard and the nights run long, we'll come back home to the place it belongs. We'll come back home to the place it belongs. I met a boy in a city bar.
he played a tune that sounded like a scar.
He said, I learned that from a man in the hills.
He taught me how to cry,
but still keep still. We played for strangers,
who didn't know our names.
but we played like ghosts of the houses we came.
And every time the fiddle rose up high,
It sounded like my father's last goodbye. Fiddle on the ridge, telling us to stay, calling every lost soul
come back home to the place it belongs. We'll come back home to the place it belongs.
Dust on my boots, red clay and roots. Sun's going down, left my old town, ghost in the wind.
Where I have sinned,
miles left to go, moving so slow. The shadows grow tall.
They've seen it all.
Oh, the pines call back,
Faded line of black,
heart is heavy stone.
far away from home.
Red dirt, take me back.
Cold porch, dark hall, rain starts to fall. Empty wood chair, scent in the air. Wait for the sign, end of the line. No one is there, silence and prayer.
Oh, the pines call back,
Faded line of black,
heart is heavy stone.
far away from home.
Red dirt, take me back.
Just red clay, and the road, and the road.
I can still smell the ozone rising off the blacktop right before the July sky would crack wide open. We were leaning on the fender of that primer gray Ford, trading dreams like they weren't already broken.
Now the diner's boarded up, Then the neon hum is buried under 20 years of dust and silence. The town square feels smaller every time I walk it, haunted by a quiet kind of violence.
The grain elevator stands like a headstone against the fading gray,
And every familiar face is just a shadow
turning the other way. Every street sign is leaning toward a ghost of who we used to be back then, before the factory gates rusted shut and the winter wind became our only friend.
We're just static on the county line, echoes trapped in a different time. The paint is peeling off the memories
We swore would never ever start to fade. You had that floral dress and a pocket full of silver, thinking we could outrun the horizon. Now I'm staring at the weeds in your driveway, watching the cold November sun arising.
The porch swing is tangled in the ivy now, swinging to a rhythm that we both forgot. Everything we planted in this heavy soil eventually turned to rot.
I stayed behind to guard the wreckage
while I became a name they don't mention.
is leaning toward a ghost of who we used to be back then, before the factory gates rusted shut and the winter wind became our only friend.
We're just static on the county line, echoes trapped in a different time. The paint is peeling off the memories
We swore would never ever start to fade.
Just rust on Main Street,
just a shadow in the heat. You kept the gate, I kept the heat. Small town ghosts, dead end street. You seen the signs, you read the rust. I'm back for blood, I'm back for dust.
the engine's cold, the sky is black.
You knew the road would lead me back. This red clay don't forgive. This red clay doesn't lie. He prayed for me to live, then watch the river dry.
No neon in the sky, no city lights to find.
Just the heavy, hollow weight
of the world you left behind.
Check the porch, lock the latch.
One more spark, one more match.
You swore you'd run, you swore you'd go,
but the dirt is all I really know.
this red clay don't forgive. This red clay doesn't lie. You prayed for me to live and watch the river dry. No neon in the sky, no city lights to find, just the heavy, hollow weight of the world you left behind. I thought the city was the prize. The truth is buried in your finally home, finally home.
Roadside dust was red like rust beneath the fading western sun. I had a map and reckless trust, but all my running was undone. I paid my dues with silver tears for every mile that I drove past. This ghost town holds my missing years, a fragile memory built to last. I see the cracked paint on that door, the way the porch light didn't glow. Just one last thing I can't ignore, the one mistake I had to sow. I paid my dues with silver tears for every mile that I drove past. This ghost town holds my missing years, a fragile memory built to last. They say time heals the damage done. Down this road the damage runs, left your boots beside the porch. The leather's cracked and turning gray. The porch light flickers like a torch. It burns the edge of yesterday. The gravel crunch beneath your tires. You didn't check the rear view glass. The wind is humming through the wires, watching every shadow pass. The gas pump dial is stuck on zero. The diner door is locked up tight.
The interstate is calling loud
Beyond the rusted county line.
You're just a vapor in the cloud,
A ghost inside a neon sign.
The interstate is calling loud.
You left the keys inside the door.
There's nothing left to be so proud.
We don't live here anymore.
Your coffee cup is stained with black. It's sitting on the plastic tray. There ain't no road that leads you back to where the river turned to clay.
You wore the jacket thin and torn against the biting autumn chill. The silence sounds like something worn, resting on the windowsill. The clock is ticking on the wall. The dust is settling on the floor.
The interstate is calling loud
Beyond the rusted county line.
You're just a vapor in the cloud,
A ghost inside a neon sign.
The interstate is calling loud.
You left the keys inside the door.
There's nothing left to be so proud.
We don't live here anymore. The rain is hitting sheet metal.
The town is sinking in the mud.
It's in the water, it's in the metal, it's in the rhythm of the blood.
The interstate is calling loud.
Beyond the rusted county line.
You're just a vapor in the cloud.
A ghost inside a neon sign.
The interstate is calling loud.
You left the keys inside the door.
There's nothing left to be so proud.
We don't live here anymore. Just a ghost
In the neon,
paint's peeling back. The wood is gray, the windows crack. You see that swing rope turn to rust. Everything we own is under the dust.
I see the scars, the floor is cold. The stories here were never told. You call it home, I call it dead. The kind of ghost you can't forget.
The yard is wider than I knew. The sky is turning black and blue. Oh, ghosts don't sleep, they just keep watch.
Deep in the pine,
Cold on the latch,
we ran so fast but stayed so still.
the shadows away below the hill. Remember the creek, the water was red. Whatever we caught ended up dead. You held my hand, you started to shake. How many secrets did we have to break?
I held your hand to keep my own. We weren't kids, we were made of stone. The garden died, the well ran dry. Don't ask me why, don't ask me why.
Deep in the pine,
Cold on the latch,
we ran so fast but stayed so still.
the shadows away below the hill. Just a place we stood.